Today I will tell you the chapter heat. Heat Heat is a temperature phenomenon. Temperature governs the whole life. It governs the life of animals, plants, and weather, season. It causes all chemical and physical changes in living and non-living both. For example, these all are temperature phenomena: evaporation, transpiration, perspiration, pasina, boiling, freezing, diffusion. Also change the force and motion. This temperature change in temperature also affect the pressure, and pressure also affect the motion, force and motion. So that way temperature is related. Then phenology means a life cycle, like flowering and fruiting in plant, that is also affected by temperature. If the temperature is less, the flowering will be early. If the temperature is high, the flowering may be diminished. It depends on few plant species flower in higher temperature, and certain like wheat plant gives the flower in lower temperature. But if you see the flower of rhododendron, that gives flowering in a bit higher temperature, though that is a cold height elevation plant, rhododendron bronze, but it can't flower in January. But as the spring comes, it starts flowering. So every functioning of the life of animal and plant is affected by the temperature, and these all physical and chemical phenomena are due to temperature. And the recent example of temperature phenomena is global warming. When there is excess deposition of carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide in the environment, it increases the temperature of environment, and due to this increase of temperature, environment is known as global warming. And due to global warming, the climate changes. This year you have seen the climate change. Global warming has reversed. It has come back to nature due to the corona havoc. Nature has balanced. So this is also temperature phenomenon. So imbalance in the body temperature. If there is an imbalance in body temperature, it results in disorder and disease. So related to the heat or temperature is a hot and cold objects. There are throughout the universe, there are certain objects are hot and certain are cold. You can see the sun. Sun is hot, moon is cool. Similarly, coffee is hot and ice is cold. So this degree of hotness, how we can know that it is hot and it is cold? We can detect it by two ways: manually, physically, by the touch. We touch and we feel it is hot and cold. But if you want to measure the exact temperature, exact hotness of the object, then it requires an instrument that is known as thermometer. So we record temperature with the help of a thermometer. And these thermometers are of two types: clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. So clinical thermometer means which is used by the doctors in clinic. and it is a sleek tube like tube of made up of glass. Inside that there is a column of mercury, and it is calibrated in degree centigrade. It is the unit of measuring the temperature, degree centigrade. So degree centigrades are mentioned on that clinical thermometer. So and it's a temperature, the temperature of human being, normal human being, adult normal human being is 37 degrees centigrade. If somebody is quite healthy or perfect health, its temperature is around 37 degrees centigrade. But whether the all person's body temperature is exact 37 degree? No, it fluctuates. It may be a bit low or a bit high, but it will be never lower than 35 degree and never higher than 42 degree centigrade. That's why the calibration range is between 35 degree to this is at least over there on the scale on thermometer. So because the temperature range of human being is between this to this. Now, how you measure the temperature? How to measure the temperature? First, if you want to measure the temperature, first you have to wash it, thermometer, and then dip in spirit. It will be sterilized. No virus and bacteria will be there. Nowadays, especially nowadays, there is a corona havoc, so it is necessary to sanitize that. For sanitizing, you will dip it in this. You can dip it in spirit. After that, just spirit will evaporate. It will become dry. Then give some jerks. Why to give the jerk? Because that mercury level will come to its original at 0. And now put that bulb of thermometer. If you see that thermometer, it is like this. So there is a this bulb is there, and then there is the calibration on this. So you have to put this end, this bulb, while you are measuring the body temperature. Take the thermometer and put this bulb under your tongue for 1 minute, minimum 1 minute, and not more than 1.5 or 2 minutes. So after 1 minute is sufficient. After 1 minute, you will see the level, and you keep the thermometer horizontally in front of your eye and match that point, that mercury level and the calibration. This is the calibration. At what point? Suppose this is 37 degrees. So here, thus you will note that it is 37 or 34 or 35 or more than that. So that was how to measure the temperature by clinical thermometer. And it is suitable for measuring the body temperature only. Another is the laboratory temperature thermometer. It is used in lab, and it is suitable for measuring the temperature of water and soil and other items in the field. And its calibration is minus 10 degree to 110 degree centigrade, and it is longer than this. This clinical thermometer, you have seen it is smaller, and this is one hand long, this one laboratory thermometer. Now one thing more, nowadays some advanced clinical thermometer has come, that is called digital thermometer. Digital thermometer, actually it is an electronic device, and you need not, this is the manual primitive one which you have to put inside your tongue. But if you have digital thermometer, you have to measure with that. You will put that here on the right or left side of this side, and will touch here, and it will show the electronic reading that on the glass bar, and you will find the quick result. But laboratory thermometer is mostly manual type, and it is a long tube, very long. It has also a knob like this here, and calibrated minus 10 degree to 110 degree. This is the temperature range of laboratory thermometer, used to measure the water and soil temperature. And how to measure it? You put it, suppose you want to measure the temperature of soil, you put it inside the damp soil, and for few minutes you will see the temperature. Note down the temperature while it is inserted inside the soil, because its mercury level drops down very quick. And here, in case of this, here mercury in a clinical thermometer, mercury level do not fall down quick, just because of a kink. There is a kink technology. Something is there inside, kink is there inside of that clinical thermometer. So that temperature remains at one point for longer time. But in case of this one, if you measure the temperature and take out the tube out, that mercury level falls down quickly. So you can't measure correct temperature. So while it is dipped in water, at the same time, without picking it out, see the temperature while it is dipped in soil or water. Then you will able to see, measure the correct temperature. What precautions you have to take during this? Avoid, keep away from sunlight and this fire, because that mercury is highly volatile, so it will destroy your thermometer. Okay, so that's why you need to keep away from sunlight and fire, the thermometer, both, any, whether this that. Now regarding the heat, there is the transfer of heat. Measuring the temperature, I have told you how to measure. And transfer of heat. The heat is transferred through different material by three methods. First is conduction of heat, second is convection, third is radiation. So conduction means when the heat transfers from one end to another end, serially, consecutively, regularly. So that is called conduction. If like a spoon, if you dip the spoon in tea, so in due course of time you will feel at another end the spoon is hot. So that heat of tea has come up to my hand due to conduction of heat. But In case of water or milk, the heat is transferred in liquid through convection. Convection is a circular movement of heat. It's like here is the water and here is the lamp. So its molecule will heat up and first they will go up and the cooler molecule will come down here to the source of heat, and the molecule will heat up and they will go up like this. The circular movement of molecules keep on going till the entire water is heated. So this circular heating of liquid is known as convection. So in liquid the heat is transferred through method of convection. Then is radiation. Actually radiation is a wave phenomena. The heat is radiated in the form of wave, and for the traveling wave there is no need of any medium. Medium is not a hurdle for radiation, and nor it is necessary for traveling the radiation. You know, sun rays comes from sun through the empty space. Later on it enters into air, then it heats up room also. So that radiation is coming percolating through roof also. So radiation can cross any medium. So radiation is a heat transfer through wave mechanics, and it do not need any medium. So this was about the heat that is in your syllabus. Okay, thank you.